The other night you mentioned about how this team didn't fight back and punch back. Just how did you see your team do that, especially in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think, like we talked about our defensive performance. I think it was like a 34-21 in that fourth, and it's really hard to win games in the NBA. There's ups and downs. It's hard to keep the lead the whole game. We shot very well. Our bench was unbelievable. They're letting it fly, confident, but obviously they're a good team, right? And they came back. They took the lead. And I think like the composure, they keep taking stops, they keep taking the right shots. At the end of the day, it comes back when you're trying to do the right things. And I'm really proud of the guys. We controlled the game at the end. We got enough stops, like 2015 probably wasn't very pretty. But like I said, proud of these guys and winning the game with defense in the fourth.
You mentioned how you wanted the win first. Now that you got that, what was that embrace like between you and Mike Brown? And then what does it mean to kind of get the victory against your former team?
First of all, I want to get the victory for our players, and then with all my respect to him, because he's more than my mentor. Obviously, you want to beat everybody, and they were in front of us. So, with that being said, we did our best to win. Means the world to me because he's the person, like I said before, that brought me here. Circle of life that we got back together, and I would not be where I am today without him. So. Special moment for me.
The other night, Cam not only had the back, but he also said he was under the weather in Philly. What can you say about the performance that you got from him? Not just the scoring, but the playmaking, the toughness.
Yeah, I think to me what stood out the most is the 6 assists to 1 turnover, and that's the Cam Thomas that we won. Obviously, we know he can score a lot of points, and today he did. He did everything. He pressured the ball defensively. He made a lot of plays for his teammates, and then he scored efficiently. And moving forward, that's the Cam Thomas we won, and I'm very proud of him. I don't care so much about the 34, but again, the 6 and 1 is unbelievable.
Jordan, you talked about how last game, you mentioned the lack of fight, but just this game, you guys buckled down. I think you guys held Fox to 0-3 shooting, but just what changed in that fourth to kind of keep that composure after that lead slipped away?
I think it's just a matter of the guys trying to make the right play every time, because like defensively we're good, but then offensively we missed some really good shots. Like Jay Will missed a wide open shot, and you still gotta let it fly and believe that that's the way. And I think that's why we kept composure, and it doesn't matter who the guy was, because we had 44 points off the bench to their 9. And again, like that's a definition of team, right? Like who's next today, who's gonna step up for us. And I think a lot of guys did a great job. I thought the energy today from the whole group was great. But like Shake with 10 points and a +10, obviously Noah shooting it very well, but everybody coming off the bench was ready to play, and that energy just helped us. We created enough lead, and then, as I said before, they fought back. They're very good, and that performance in the fourth was great.
Obviously, Noah hit 5 threes, but it also seemed like he had a bunch of deflections, took a charge. I know he, it looked like he maybe rolled his ankle at the end there, but just what did you make of his night overall?
Just, I love his passion, physicality, energy. Obviously, I want the shots to go in, but the reality is I want the shots to go up. And as long as he lets it fly, especially when they're not switching with him, he's got to set his feet, he's got to let it fly, and he did a great job. I think the first one didn't go in, and then he made, 4 or 5 in a row. So, like very proud of him. And like you said, it's not just shooting, his physicality, his fight. I want him to stop complaining to the officials, but I respect his passion for the game and how hard he plays. So he was amazing, and I'm, like I said, very proud of Noah.
And I assume there's no update beyond, it looked like he rolled his ankle. Is that what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Obviously, this road trip still has 2 more games, but just given how Friday went, we're just, again, going back to the lack of fight, just what does it say about this group that they were able to just kind of 2 days later respond? I guess, like, what what does it say about them just kind of like putting that off and responding exactly the way you want them to?
Yeah, I didn't say lack of fight because I think that we had the lead in that game. And it's a game of runs. It's a game that we were up 5 with 9 minutes to go or 10 minutes to go. So we did fight. It's just towards the end, we broke down. And the message was, it doesn't matter what happens. I want to see you guys connected. And we need to defend to win games. I never said that the guys didn't fight and didn't try to do the right things. We were down +10 with 2 minutes to go at halftime, I remember, and we shot a corner 3 in front of our bench to tie the game, and that tells you that we fight. Now, the fourth quarter is a different story. I thought that they had momentum. They're a team that create a lot of turnovers. We turned over 3 times, and that's what I said. I never said that we didn't fight, so I don't want those words.
No, my mistake on that.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I think I meant composure.
Correct. Yeah. So I think that it translated, right? Like, we played very good defense here. The guys were talking to each other the whole time. They were engaged. We made the right plays. We didn't turn it over. Like, that is very important. Shot to the rim every time. In the fourth quarter, that's growth from us, especially with our younger guys. Like, Jay Will was in the game, right? Like, that's what's important. You see the younger guys closing these games, and that means that we're taking steps forward.
Do you talked about the defense. I'm just curious whether there was any tactical change in that fourth quarter. I mean, they were shooting pretty well through 3 quarters, and then the job came in the fourth. Was there anything specific that you changed?
Yeah, I mean, that's Steve Hetzel and Dutch right there making the right calls on defense and trying to get the ball out of De'Aaron's hands, and then everybody rotating and contesting every shot and fighting on the boards, because Domas is a great offensive rebounder, and we fought, and all those possessions were winning plays. Obviously, we saw early on that Fox had it going. Ended up with 31. We tried our best, and I think in that fourth quarter we did a good job. So, that goes to Steve, Dutch, Juan, guys that work with the defense. Great job.